alone, as the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court, which passed an order previously on Monday, directing the authorities in Delhi-NCR to swiftly end the dog menace. But it appears that the Supreme Court is now looking to review the same order. Even as we speak, in the last 48 hours itself, we have witnessed two separate incidents of stray dogs attacking innocent human beings, where two college students were attacked in Bengaluru and they were mauled. One of the condition of the student is said to be very serious and in the ICU. This was followed by another incident that was reported from Srirangapatnam, where a young girl was attacked by a pack of stray dogs. And this, however, begged the question, if this is not the time to curb stray dog menace, then when is? Now, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court thought of this as well, and here's what they said on their first order that gave on Monday. Now, as far as public safety is concerned, that seems to be the topmost priority of the Supreme Court, saying that society should be free from stray dogs, and there should be immediate steps that are needed to end this menace, and not doing this for us, but it is for public's interest and for public safety, where young kids at no cost should fall prey to rabies, and no sentiments of any nature should be involved. However, will animal activists be able to bring back the rabies victims? That has been a question posed by the Supreme Court, also giving a warning that legal action would be initiated against those who were resisting the relocation of dogs. Now, it is important to understand why this order came in the first place. In the national capital itself, stray dog menace that has tormented the residents of Delhi for decades. As far as these figures are concerned, let's take a look as far as the growing numbers of the population of strays in Delhi is concerned. Back in 2023, it was recorded at around 10 lakh, and about dog bite cases that has been reported from this year, January to July itself, what we are picking up that nearly 90,000 cases have been reported. But this problem isn't just restricted to Delhi or the adjoining regions alone. Across the country, the stray dogs that have created problems for years. As far as when it comes to national figures are concerned, let's put them out as well. Now, when we speak of the stray dog population, it goes up to crores and seems to be rapidly increasing. 6.2 crores, sees the figures. Dog bite incidents that have been reported in the year 2024 are amounting to 37 lakhs. Rabies deaths that have now taken place, which is an incurable disease, has now gone up to 54. This is a concern that has been raised, but even if it is practical to implement the order, because that also begs a question that many have raised over the mammoth investment that is required in infrastructure to cater to the entire population of stray dogs in the national capital, and 8 weeks' time that is now being given by the Supreme Court. Now, what is being said as far as the population of dogs in Delhi is concerned, it would go up nearly to 10 lakh, that is now been said according to reports, and 3 crore would need to be spent per day when it comes to the feeding cost. 40 to 45 square feet per dog space, that is also a requirement under land crunch and fund crunch when it comes to the civic authorities that they are facing, and 20 under MCD when it comes to the number of animal birth control centers. But as far as these centers are concerned, these are not housing shelters as far as when it comes to having the space or enough space to accommodate lakhs of dogs. Now, when we speak of a situation that has arisen over Supreme Court that could now review its own order, with the CJI saying that he will look into it. And this seems to have happened in a span of just 2 days. As far as the Supreme Court previously on Monday, as we told you, the two-judge bench passed the order on stray dogs and has ordered to immediately curb the stray dog menace. However, on Wednesday, upon when it comes to the petitions that have also been filed and the protest on the streets that have been taking place, CJI BR Gawai has now constituted a 3-judge bench. Now, this 3-judge bench would be reviewing the Monday order that was given by the Supreme Court. Let's get in a word from Harish now, who is connected with us live. Harish, good morning. This seems to be right after we have seen the kind of protest that has been taking place and the voices that are now being raised. Of course, many of them have been asking the Supreme Court to reconsider its previous decision, and the CJI himself saying that he will look into it. Now a bench that has been constituted.
Yes, that's right, Amita. Very big day as there is hope for dog lovers and animal rights activists, as the Chief Justice B.R. Gawai has constituted a 3-judge bench comprising of Justice Vikram Nag, Justice Sandeep Mehta, and Justice N.V. Anjaria, who will review the order passed by a bench of Justice Pardibala and Justice Mahadevan on Monday, who had ordered picking off these stray dogs and shifting them to dog shelter. And the Supreme Court had very significantly said that for the time being, we will not hear the dog lovers. And also, if any organization or individual blocks the authorities from doing their act, penal and legal action can be taken against them, and also force can be used. So animal lovers had approached the court yesterday saying that the order was passed ex parte, even without giving them an opportunity to keep their arguments and without an opportunity of being heard. And Chief Justice Gawai was prima facie convinced, and he has today ordered re-examination of the Monday's order. And the petitioners have said that two benches of the Supreme Court had in the past passed two contradictory orders, because last year, May, another bench of Supreme Court had suggested a compassionate approach, harping on animal birth control 2023, as per which dogs should be caught, sterilized, and left in the same locality. And humane approach was suggested. That bench had said that there is a moral and legal obligation on the society for a compassionate approach. So these two contradictory orders were placed before the Chief Justice, who has now constituted a three-judge bench. We'll have to wait and watch what kind of order this particular three-judge bench.
Of course, all eyes will be out on this three-judge bench that has now been constituted on the directions of the CJI B.R. Gawai, who has said that he would look into it. The three-judge bench is now expected to review its previous Monday order. Thank you very much for the moment, Harish, for joining in live. Let's now talk about Thalaiva, because the wait for the vans is now finally over and superstar Rajnikant is now back